What is happening, guys? Today, this video is a little twofold here. So we are going to be upgrading my studio area. I'm going to show you all this in a minute here. But in order to do that, we need to capture some audio with our recordings here. And we're going to be doing that with the Saramonic Pro Level Lav Mic system here. It's the UWMIC9S. I'm really just going to film a video with it, using it, so you guys can kind of hear how it sounds. You can compare it to the last video I did with a less expensive Saramonic Lav Mic system. You can see the difference there, see what you think. But real quick, before we jump out and start talking about the new studio setup, I'll give you a quick rundown of what comes in this kit. It comes in this awesome box right here. It's kind of like a Pelican box, has like some foam in there, which is pretty nice. But the little spread of what you get in this kit is pretty good. I mean, this kit is gonna run you about 500 bucks, give or take a little bit, depending on where you get it. But it is a pro level system. These receivers and sending units, they are solid, they're metal, they're built really good. I mean, it's probably the best lav mic system that I've come across so far, but this is a pro level, and the majority of the lav mic systems I try out are not pro level. They're more, consumer. They're those little ones, which are great. That, no knock on those, they're great. But when I want pro level stuff, this setup is gonna give you pro level stuff. So what does it come with? Real quick, in the box, you get 2 receivers. So if you have 2 people that you're filming, you're working on an interview or something, you get 2 receivers or 2 sending units here, TX units. Over there, you have the RX unit. It's on my camera now, throwing some B-roll here, what that looks like. It does record both of these at the same time and sends it into your camera on a right and left channel. So that's nice. You've got individual channels for your different audios that you can work with once you get it back into post. Super important to be able to work with audio separately instead of having it all mixed together in one track. Comes with a whole bunch of accessories. You get 4 dead cats, 2 for each microphone. You get little lav mic covers there. You get extra clips for the microphone to clip it onto your shirt. You get 2 microphones, and these are probably the best looking lav mics that I've come across, that I've seen. Their quality is really good. They feel good. You get chargers for these 2 guys as well as the unit that's on the camera. You get a couple different kinds of connection cords on the camera that I have right now. You can connect it to both your right and left outputs, and it goes into your camera. Show you a little B-roll of that. One thing that's really cool that comes with this setup is that you get these guys. And if you don't know what these guys are, this is for hooking up a lav mic system like this that's got, the 3.5 millimeter jacks. On one side, you can hook it up to an XLR. So now if you're filming with a DSLR, this might not be a big deal for you, but if you're using something like this guy, the Canon C100 Mark II or a cinema camera, you a lot of times are gonna have these XLR inputs, and right over here on the side of the camera is where that's gonna plug in. So I can use this system on something like a DSLR that's got a 3.5 millimeter jack, or I can use it in an XLR setup. When I'm filming on my C100 Mark II here, I'm gonna use that XLR setup because it's gonna get me some better audio. And you're gonna hear the difference of what that sounds like. I'll use this camera and feed the microphone into that camera in a little bit here when we get out to checking out the new studio space where we're gonna start working on it. So that's really cool that it comes with that. A lot of accessories, a lot of things that you get in this kit. But again, this is a pro level kit. It's gonna cost you about 500 bucks, give or take a little bit. You're hearing it for the entire length of this video. Everything from this intro right now to everything else you're gonna see in this video is filmed on this microphone. I'll let you know whether we're plugged into my Canon 5D Mark IV over there, which we are right now, or if we're using this guy over here and plugging in via XLR. See if you hear a difference there. But with that said, a big thank you to Saramonic for sending out this kit. I've had it for a while. I can tell you that it's awesome and I love it, but you guys are gonna be able to hear it firsthand throughout this video, and I'll give you little tidbits of information along the way as well. I'm not being paid for this video. They just sent this out and said, here, try it out, see what you think. It's our pro level lav mic. So excited to give it a try. Excited to start building this new studio because we got to do some work down here in my basement, and this area isn't working for me anymore. So we're gonna upgrade. So that is the microphone. You're gonna hear it the whole length, and let's get into talking about our studio redo. Let's go. All right, so here we are in the studio that I've been in for quite some time now, and it's just a room made out of blankets. I got acoustic blankets all the way around me here. The room's maybe 8 feet by 9 feet, something like that. So it's a little bit tight. I'll show you around here. I have this little kitchen table here, small one, just so I can put stuff on and film at. Again, the acoustic blankets. I have one shelf that's over here that I got a lot of my gear on over there, and it's getting kind of packed, so I want new shelving. I've got some carpets in here just to kind of kill some of the sound and really help our audio, be good. We got my desk over here, which is a hot mess, don't judge. But I've got, monitor speakers on either side. I got my big widescreen monitor. You got my little Mac Mini over there, the microphone boom setup. And if I come back over this way, you can kind of just get a whole lay of the land here. And it's been great in here. don't get me wrong. But one of the things is on this side of my basement, it's a little chilly in the winter here in Jersey, a little chilly. And I could really just use more space and better storage. So some of the goals that I want to accomplish with this new space is A, just have a little more room. I do have a new desk that I'm going to be using that's, we picked it up at a garage sale up the street, but it's bigger than this one I got. And I think it'll work out pretty good as far as getting a good setup. And I want to be able to have a studio setup where I don't have to move things around a lot. In here, I'm moving things around. I'm always moving the lights, got all kinds of stuff going on. So let's go over. I'm going to show you the space that we're going to redo and make the new studio area. And then this is going to become like a little workout area because we're stealing the workout area. So let's go check that out. All right, coming out the old studio here. Over here is where our new studio area is going to be. Right now, this is just kind of a workout space here. And, we're going to redo this so that we've got some better space, outlets, things like that. It's 13.5 feet wide and 17 feet long. So what we're gonna do actually, and before I even get there, this microphone is now being recorded into that C100 Mark II using those XLRs. So you can see if you hear the difference between the two cameras. Before we were on the 5D Mark IV, this is on the C100 Mark II with those XLRs. So let me jump out of the way here, and here's what we're gonna do. If we take a look all around the walls here, what I'm gonna do is use my acoustic blankets. I'm gonna hang them around and build a room because we have water issues down here once in a while, and I don't wanna have to worry about building walls and any water issues in the future. So we're gonna reuse our acoustic blankets that I'm already using now, maybe get a few more. Over in this area over here where the weights are, we are going to add in a storage area for all the gear that we got and add some lights onto the ceiling. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. We're gonna have to wire up some new lights, wire up some switches, wire up some outlets, all that kind of stuff. And just looking from the other side here, again, acoustic blankets down the back wall here. We're gonna add in some outlets along the wall. I'm thinking 3 of them, as well as one over in the side here where the weights are, where our charging area and all our gear is gonna be. All right, so the first step that you saw was to clean out this space, right? We had to get everything out of here so we had some space to work, right? Then you saw a little time lapse of us getting these guys up here in the ceiling so that we can get our lights up in there. And we're going with 6 lights in here. Hopefully it'll be lit up pretty good, going with 6-inch lights. I'm gonna run the wiring, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna add our outlets in. And hopefully we'll be in good shape and get our new studio space in order here. And just to be clear, now you guys are hearing the microphone on the 5D Mark IV. It's hooked up on there, going right in, got the lab mic right here. So kind of switching back and forth between cameras here. But now that I got these guys in, I think it's time to run some wire. We're gonna get some outlets in and continue moving along with our project here. And you keep checking out this microphone and let me know how it sounds. Leave a comment down below. Want to hear what you think. All right, and all this, oh, by the way, is unedited audio. Nothing's edited. At some point at the end of the video, I'm gonna edit it and you can hear what that sounds like. So that said, let's get back to work here. So now we got to start running some wire in order to be able to wire up our lights. So the lights that I picked up were these guys. They are 6-inch little disc lights here. Show you what they look like when I get them opened up. So here's the electrical panel. If you guys are not, handy with electrical stuff, don't try this at home, get a professional. But electrical happens to be one of my things. I like electrical stuff. Plumbing, forget about it. Electrical, no problem. So we're actually gonna use this guy right here because this is a circuit that's no longer in use. Used to be in use when they had a pool outside, previous owners did, but now it's buried underground somewhere. We don't have a pool anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that circuit, and that's what we're gonna use to run our dedicated 20 amp line down to the studio, and hopefully that'll be good to go. We'll use that, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's crack this guy open, make sure it looks good, and go from there. And just a reminder, all the audio you're hearing is unedited audio from this lab mic setup here. It's pretty sweet. I've been using it a bunch and like it quite a bit. All right, so let's get in here. So now that I know what circuit I want to be on, the next thing is we're gonna run some wire. So I got wire. We're gonna go up along the ceiling all the way down to the panel. And then once the wire comes over here, I'm gonna have a box right here where I can split it and have one set of wire go to an outlet, or not an outlet, a switch that's gonna be right here, which controls all the lights. And then we're gonna have another line that goes on over to the outlets. So that's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna get our wire, run that down, and get our box mounted up, get going with that. That's it, 12-2 wire, 250 feet. There we go. Sucker's heavy, man. This guy's heavy. So let's get running some wire. One of the hardest parts about all this is working around all these toys over here. I'm trying to keep that out of the shot here so you don't see the huge mess down here, but it's all the kids' toys and all that stuff. So I try to keep that out of the frame, but let's go. Keep on going with the wire. All right, not too shabby. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack this up there with some staples, I guess you call them, right? Staples. Tackle this up and then make sure I got enough to get to the panel. And then we're gonna put in a box in over there, make our connections and start wiring up some lights. All right, so we got the box run up into the ceiling here. We got our wire coming down now. Time to put in our switch. Gonna mount it on the wall right here. And I'm gonna be using these guys. So these are poured concrete walls. So I don't know if you guys ever seen these. These guys are pretty sweet. These are, what is it, Tapcon. You drill a little hole and then you put it into the concrete. So this is 1.25 inches. So that's what I'm gonna use to fasten not only the switch, but also the outlets, fasten them to the wall. Drill a hole, pop that guy in, pop in the conduit, run our wire down, and then we can get our lights going here, get some light. I don't have to use my studio lights, which are over there and over there. All right, here's a little quick tip for you. So you don't drill in too far to the wall or your wood or your wall, whatever it might be. I got my screw here. I'm just gonna line it up on the drill bit and I'm gonna put a piece of tape here so I know how far I gotta go in. Little handy quick tip there for you. There you go. Bam, there we go. Good to go. Let's move on. All right, so for my wire coming down the wall, we're gonna use some conduit here just to keep it all nice and clean. So we're gonna cut this guy and then we can get her installed. All right, got our wire run here. Let's open up our lights, see what our connections look like, and get these guys wired up. So these are LED lights. You can install these flat in drywall, which is kind of cool, or you don't need like a housing, a big housing, all that, little templates, which is kind of nice. I'll link to this stuff in the description in case you're interested. I don't know what this is. What is this, a mouse pad? Am I getting a mouse pad with lights? I don't know what's up with that. Hey, I'll take it. So let me just show you what these lights look like here. And these guys are cool. They got a little light around the outside, like a night light kind of thing if you want just some dim lighting. So literally this is all it is just one little flat panel. And then you've got your box. You wire up the box, hook it to the panel, put it in the ceiling, boom, you're done. It's really quick, really easy, and they give you some good light. And it seems like all these kind of lights are going this way versus those old pot lights and whatever. So that's why I decided to go with this. And I'm just gonna cruise through the rest of this, hopefully get this wired up, and then I can turn off these studio lights and use the lights in the ceiling here. We'll see how that looks. So let's speed on through this, see you on the other side of having some lights. Hopefully we'll have some lights. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, making some progress here down in the new studio. As you can see, we got some lights in here working out pretty good. Let's fire them up and see how they look. Well, I already know how they look. Bam, there we go. Let's just turn off this light over here. Turn this guy off so you can get a better picture of what it looks like here. And here's what we got so far, working out pretty good. And one of the other cool features with these lights, if I turn it off for a second, turn it back on, they got these little moon glow things around the top, which is pretty cool. Right, so you want a little dimmer light in your in the studio here. You can do that. If I shut them off again for a second, turn them back on. Boom, there we go. One of the other cool things, in case you guys are ever looking to put in lights, up here on this thing, there's a little switch on the bottom there, and that allows you to change the color temperature of the lights. For example, if I come up here, we can make it like a, oh, can you see that? It's hard to tell on here, but now it's a lot more orange versus white. Right? You've got like 5 different settings there that you can change it to, so that way you can have it look however you want, match existing lights, soft white, bright white, whatever you like. You can do that. So pretty cool, pretty cool. So the next step is that we need to get some outlets in here, right? We're gonna put an outlet over here where we're gonna have the storage closet, right? And then we're gonna put 3 outlets on the wall over here, so that way I can hook up my lights and all my stuff to my desk, which is going to be over here. So I did order some more blankets, acoustic blankets to hang around. I needed 2 more. I have 6. I need 8 just to fill in this space here and build my little wall. So we're going to be getting those. And hopefully soon here I can get this project wrapped up and we can move over here because I just want to get it done. So let's get into putting in some outlets and I'll catch up with you guys after. By the way, what do you think of this microphone? How's it sounding? Again, this is on my 5D Mark IV here. Been using it for a while. I mean, I'm really impressed. I brought some of the footage into the computer so far. Really impressed with how well it sounds. I think it does a good job. Sounds great. I mean, right out of the camera, you know, just right through the system without any audio editing. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this or the studio or these lights or anything. You drop a comment and I'm going to answer it if I can. So, all right, Let's get to work. All right, here we go. We're making some progress down here. We got the lights in, got the outlets in over here. It is a mess. I got a lot of stuff going on, but we did start to hang up our acoustic blankets over here. And originally I was thinking about putting some rock wool in the ceiling up here, but I think I changed my mind. I think what I'm gonna do is actually pick up some sound panels, like legit sound panels, just to put in a few spaces here in between the lights and kind of see how that works out. But the plan is to finish putting up these acoustic blankets because I need to get this project wrapped up so I can move the studio over here. So next week I can start working over here and start making some more vids for you guys because I feel like I've been slacking a little bit lately. So one of the things that I wanted to do, since over here I'm gonna have my gear closet, is I wanted to be able to slide the curtain back and forth, right? I don't want to have to come over and be able to lift it up, right? So to do that, I came up with this little idea here. Basically picked up this bar that's 10 feet long from the Home Depot. I'm gonna attach it to the ceiling up here and I'm just gonna be able to slide this curtain back and forth, kind of like a shower curtain, the same idea. So that way I can get to my gear closet here without having to, you know, hold the blanket up. It just doesn't work good if I try to do it like that. So again, all the audio here is with the Saramonic lav mic. And actually starting at this point now, right now, I'm gonna just edit the audio as I would with any other video. And you're gonna hear the edited audio for the rest of the video. So let's get into finishing this project up, get this wrapped up, move over the stuff so we can get our studio set up over here, at least start using the space and then figure out what's gonna work best for us here. So let's get to going to that. Let's go. All right, guys, so this is the new studio. It's pretty much complete. I do need to add some soundproofing up above on the ceiling, a little bit of that kind of stuff just to kind of, you know, fine-tune my audio experience here. But this is the setup here. This room is a lot bigger than my last studio. This is about 13 to 14 feet, you know, square. And then I also have over here made a little gear closet. So that's about 2 feet wide. The shelf is like 2x4, got all my gear in there. Everything's organized. Got our setup over here where this is my main angle, you know, when I'm filming this way. And it's just been really good to be down here in the new studio. Bigger space, can move things around a little bit easier. Bigger desk here, which is nice. And really, it was totally worth all the work that I put into it. It's come out really good. I'm excited to be in this new space, making more vids for you guys. So that wraps up this video, guys. What do you think about the microphone? How do you think it's been sounding throughout the video, as the edited as well as the unedited version? Let me know what you think about that. I think it's been doing well. It's a great microphone. I think it sounds great. It's easy to work with the audio, easy to hook up to my 5D Mark IV here. I did use it, as I mentioned earlier, on the C100 Mark II, which is over there. We used it on there a bunch, and I think it does an awesome job. I mean, it's a fantastic mic. Thank you, Saramonic, for sending this guy out. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to head on over and check it out or anything like that. And if you got any questions about the whole studio build, my gear, or anything, feel free to drop a comment down below. Happy to answer any questions if I can. And with that said, guys, I'm off to make some more vids for you guys, because that's what I love to do. Love helping you guys. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.